All right, let's look at this lesson now. This is a chord study, and I called it a classical chord study. To me, it kind of sounds like maybe some of the progressions that you might hear in a classical type song. But my purpose in teaching it is I've kind of been leaning toward using one grip or one group of strings and just trying to utilize that, and then to keep from being so confusing, you're more or less concentrating on the pedals and knee levers and positions and what chords you can get with that. And what also, to kind of elaborate on that, I'm trying to keep the group pretty constant, and that you're not having to worry so much about the right hand and the left and both feet and knee levers. You've got one group going pretty much throughout the whole deal that I play. You're just having to kind of more or less concentrate more on the knee levers and pedals. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to go ahead and press the like and subscribe buttons. You can also join the channel to receive early access to our videos by pressing the join button below. There is a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those as well as around 80 others and other benefits by clicking the card or the link in the description for our Patreon site. Again, a lot of times on these lessons, I'm using pretty conventional pulls. On this one, I'm using the A and B pedals, and I'm using the E to E flat knee lever, and I'm using the E to F knee lever. Now those are real common on an E knife tuning. It's going to be out of the key of C, and I'm going to go from a C major to a C augmented chord. Now I'm going at the 8th fret. I'm playing the group that I'm dealing with mostly will be 6, 8, 10. That's played as a group. Then I'm going to add 5 while that's ringing. Okay, that's not a real bad grip. It's pretty compact, pretty natural. Also, it gives you a chance to try to utilize all 3 of your, picking fingers, your thumb, index, and middle. So we're going that at the 8th fret, no pedals, no knee levers, 6, 8, 10 as a group, add 5. Okay, I go ahead and let this middle finger catch that 5th string too. I take that to the 11th fret, press A and B pedals, and my F knee lever, the one that raises 4 and 8 a half a tone. Okay, so in the chords, I went from a 1 to a 1 augmented. I went from C to C augmented. Okay, I'm going to go up to the 13th fret, A pedal only, play the same group. That's going to be a D minor or D minor 7th, and number system, that's a 2 minor out of C. Okay, then I'm going to play I'm not going to get into much of the theory, but it's like I think they call it a tritone for the F. It's going to be the flat 5 for the F, and it's simply a B chord. And I'm going to play that at the 12th fret, B pedal, E to E flat knee lever, same group. That's a B, or that's a 7 chord out of C. So now I went 1 augmented, 2 minor 7, 2 minor 7, a D minor 7, to a 7th, to a 7, which is B. Okay, now I'm going to play this. That's going to go from a 3, which is E 7, to a 6 chord, which is A. So I go to my 12th fret, I pick 4, 6, 9, which is E7, and I add my 5th string while that's ringing. Okay, then I press A and B pedals. I pick 5, 6, 8, then 6, 8, 10 with those pedals down. That's playing over the A. Then I simply go back 2 frets. I'm going to do the same exact thing. Now I'm in D. I'm going to go from a D7 to a G, or a 2 out of this C chord to a 5. That's 4, 6, 9 as a group, add 5. That's over the D7th chord. Press A and B pedals down, 5, 6, 8 as a group, 6, 8, 10 as a group. That's the G chord. Okay, so now I've got this. Now I'm going to go back to a C chord. I'm going to play that same group we started with. 4, 6, 10, add 5. Then I'm going to go to a D minor chord, a 2 minor. I'm going to press A and B pedals down, pick 10, 7, 6, add 5. Okay, now I'm going to go to a G chord. Release your pedals, and then engage your ED flat and E lever. Play 10, 8, 7, then add 6. Then I end on C and I simply play 8, 10, no pedals, no knee levers. Okay, and I'll call the chords again. I'm going from C, C augmented, D minor 7th, B 7th, E 7th, A, D 7th, G, C, D minor 7, G, C. All right, I thought that was kind of an interesting progression. And again, you know, it may be something that you're thinking, well, what in the heck are you trying to show me here? But I'm basically trying to show you a pretty complicated chord progression, also where you can get some chords. So you have a D minor here. So, and then you have a G here. So learn these, maybe get you some tab paper, write them out, and then just work on your timing. Work on these groups because these may be a little bit different for you. Okay, so there's an augmented chord. Maybe you haven't been using those in your progressions. So you can take those chords, maybe add them to something you've already been doing. So I went from a C to C augmented to my D minor. So if you had a song that was going from a 1 to a 2 minor, you could use that augmented as a passing chord. Same thing with that, go into that 7th. Sometimes you can do that like maybe one beat right before the ending of the song. You can play that B and end on your C chord. So you can take these progressions, and once you learn what these chords are, then try to incorporate them into what you're doing. So there we took that augmented, worked it where if you're going to a D minor, you can use it as a passing chord. Also, like in an ending, you can take maybe one beat or two beats of that B and see how you can work that in. So it's just adding a little variety to your playing, and hopefully it's something that you can, it's like I said too, on any of these things I do, just you try to glean something out of them. If it's one chord change that you like, then use that, and maybe discard the other ones. But give them all a try and just look and listen, and then incorporate into your own play, and that way you make it your own licks. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this one. A little bit different. Like I said, it's kind of a classical sound to me, but within that, there's elements that you can use in any situation, mostly like a country song or country gospel. All right, so let me know what you think. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we want to thank you for watching. We'd like to take this time to thank our supporters, and we'd like to especially thank our Tier 3 supporter on Patreon, Robert Crawford. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to go ahead and press the like and subscribe buttons. You can also join the channel to receive early access to our videos by pressing the join button below. There is a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those as well as around 80 others and other benefits by clicking the card or the link in the description for our Patreon site. So on behalf of Jacob and I, keep picking.